Hello, lasses and lads, and welcome back to another Beta 1.7.3 Minecraft video. We're back. We're ready to play some more Minecraft. I think I fixed my mic issues. The first two episodes had a little bit of problems, mainly with just overall. Okay, so the first episode, I realized my Blue Yeti mic was kind of wrong settings, I guess. And then the second episode, there was like this low rumbling noise every time I talked. And I think I cleared most of it up in post, but it was just really annoying to deal with. Hopefully that doesn't happen in this episode. I think I've figured out the root of that problem, which was my stand was not like fully wired into the desk or like screwed into the desk. So hopefully that is a little bit better this time. And also, my microphone was facing the wrong way, so I was speaking into the back of the microphone as opposed to the front, which made things sound fuzzy still. So yeah, hopefully this is it, and we're good after this point, but I'm not really too sure. But we'll see how that goes. So we did mine a lot of trees in the last episode, so we can start kind of decorating the base a little bit here, and that's kind of what I want to do. We don't really have as much birch, so I don't know if I'll go too heavy-handed in that, but I kind of just want to put down some like wood support pillars. I feel like that would make things look kind of nice. I'm gonna ignore that coal there. And then I don't know what to do with the ceiling yet, if I want to replace it or keep it kind of stone. Maybe add some like glowstone if we go to the nether or something, I think could look cool. So we'll have to see how we want to do that. That's going to look bad on the outside if I don't replace it with something else. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do some general base upkeep on this episode. Make it sound like a rust base. Oh man, maybe cobblestone would look better there actually. You know, that looks fine. That looks fine. Yeah, I didn't really have too much planned. I just kind of wanted to sit down and record something. And here we are. I might honestly carve that out and make it a bit more of a storage space, too. I think that would look pretty fine. And we can also get some of the dirt out of here, which would be good. Anyway, how are you guys all doing on this fine... I believe I'm recording this on a Sunday. Yes. On this fine Sunday morning. I'm doing quite well myself. Not really a whole lot to speak of because it's so early in the morning. I played some Deadlock last night. I have, I don't know if I'm necessarily done with my hiatus or if I just wanted to play some this weekend, but I did have a lot of fun with it. I do really like the... I don't know. I do like competitive games. I like the aspect of it. But I'm more so focused on my performance, at least as of late. Because, like I mentioned in that episode 1 or 2 or whatever, I'm not really too fond of caring about rank in those early games. Just because it's not set in stone, right? The game can change and ranks can change and etc, etc. You know, the game is still in beta, so trying to climb is not always a guaranteed thing. And it kind of, in a way, it kind of sounds like cope, but I swear to you, it's just like not worth it to try. Well, you know, maybe not worth it, but you know, you got to give yourself a little bit of grace. And I'm kind of treading on ground I've already treaded on, but I mean, I'm only saying that because I'm on like a 20-game loss streak. But I've been playing Full Spirit Silver recently, and I've been having a lot more fun with it. And I think the reason why is because if you play Full Spirit Silver, and I'm assuming you know it about Deadlock, if not, I apologize for this rambling. She's traditionally built gun, right? And it's because the way she works, she has two forms. She has her base form, which is like normal champion, whatever. And then she has her Lichen form, which is she turns into a werewolf and loses all of her range, but gets a crazy good gun, like lots of melee damage, etc., etc. So people usually build her yellow, which is like gun melee. But the way I do it is I build her spirit, because instead of being more of a like sustained damage dealer tank character, it's more of like a burst assassin that one-shots you. And I really like that gameplay style like a lot more. I think it's really fun. I don't necessarily know if it's better or worse, but I've been having a lot of fun with that. And I've been doing well enough to where I'm like, I don't think I'm the reason I'm losing these games, but it's always like there's something I could be doing better. I think that's something a lot of people struggle with when they're playing competitive games, is they get it into their head that they can't be the ones playing wrong. It has to be someone else. Sipping on a hot cup of coffee this morning. On top of that, I recently... Oh, it's not letting me sleep yet. I recently bought some, like, powdered creamer for my coffee, and I've been putting, like, maybe like a spoonful and a half, maybe a little less than that, in my coffee every morning. And I don't know how you guys drink your coffee, or if you even do drink coffee at all. I mainly drink it as close to black as possible, because I don't really care too much about it. I for one thing, I just like the smell of coffee in general, so I don't really like the taste. Is kind of in a way secondary to me, which is weird to say. I know I feel like I'm an odd one out in that regard, but just kind of how I think of it. But the creamer, I don't know, it's just like a generic brand. It was in like the value cart or whatever when I went to the store the other day. And I really like it. It just makes it a little bit like smoother per se. It doesn't even make it taste that much different. I guess it just reduces the acidity a bit. But yeah, I've been a really big fan of that. But in most mornings, I don't really eat breakfast anyway, just because... I don't know, I'm not super hungry in the morning, even if I go to bed real hungry at night. And I don't know why that is. I'm sure there's a scientific reason for it. But, like, I don't really eat past... Like, if I go to bed at 10 o'clock... Well, that's really kind of rare. If I go to bed at, like, 11, which is kind of average for me, I won't have ate since, like, usually 9. And... So I don't eat late at night, but then I don't want to eat in the morning either. So I usually don't eat until like probably like 11:30 or noonish a lot of days. So what I'm almost wondering is like, is me not eating late at night and me only eating like lunch make it so I'm not hungry until then? Because if I'm usually eating like 2.5 meals a day, right? So I'm kind of wondering if that's the reason, is because I start... Like, if I ate breakfast earlier, would that make me not... Or would it make me want to eat later? I don't know. Creepy cave noise. I don't know if that showed up on the... I did notice the last episode I was, like, doing reacting to those creepy cave noises, but I wasn't... They weren't always picking up 100%, which is... It's kind of like fine, but I think it's the trade-off I have to make, because I don't want the desktop audio to be so loud it cuts over me talking, because that's not really something that's easily editable in post. So I would like you guys to let me know if you think the game audio is just a bit too quiet, because that's something I definitely can slide up a little bit, but you know, we're still in the early stages of things. Gotta make sure we experiment a little bit, especially with the microphone settings and whatnot. But okay, I mean, we carved out a little chest area. I actually do like that, so that should be good for storage for quite a while. And I was kind of thinking about what to do with here, and I'm not really too sure yet. I think we could maybe make this like a bedroom area, because we could carve it out so it faces... Or so it like peeks out of the wall a little bit, and then we could just put some glass down there. And because it would come out like right about there, I think. So I feel like we could do something like that, and I feel like it'd look pretty cool. So let's get started on that. And yeah, like I said, the diamond pickaxe, we're not really getting that much mileage out of it. It does kind of break faster in this version, I feel like. And we did do a lot of mining last episode. No doubts about that. But even with that included, I still feel like it breaks just a little bit too fast. I could be mistaken, though, but who knows. So, this episode, I don't know if I'm going to make this one a long or a short one. I feel like it's a little too early to call that. The thing I will say, I do have something that I need to go do in about, like, probably 15 minutes here for me. So, I will have to come back and record the rest of this video. Yeah, look at that. So, let's patch that up, and let's just not dig further that way for now. Let's kind of just expand out this way. So yeah, I might come back and record more, because, yeah, it'd be like if I leave literally everything in, it'd be like a 26-minute video, and I don't think that's gonna happen. I did release an hour-long video last video, whatever. You see, I keep calling them episodes. I feel like I should just call them videos, because I don't really know anyone who calls YouTube videos episodes nowadays. I just don't think it really is the correct terminology anymore. So, yeah, last video we did hour long. Let me know what you guys thought about that one. If you'd like to see more longer content, more shorter content, whatever, because the thing is, if it's longer content, I can do kind of like an hour long of doing the same thing. Because, like, we could do an hour of just expanding the base, right? Or alternatively, I can do a 30-minute video of expanding the base, and then we could go run around and do something else for the next video, and then come back and do more of the base at a later date. So let me know what you guys prefer. I think I'm just gonna kind of switch things around as I feel like it, because sometimes there's just not enough for an hour-long video, and sometimes there's enough that I want to make an hour-long video. So we'll see. I think this one, I don't know. I just don't know yet. This is jutting out a lot longer than I expected to, but I don't mind it a whole bunch, to be honest, because I think it'll be a pretty cool bedroom if we do it. Now, the thing with this version of the game that I have brought up is that you are kind of limited in your block choices, and it was worse in alpha, like really bad in alpha, to the point where you couldn't really do anything with color, because there's no colored wool, there's no what else is alpha like? But the no color wool is a big thing. So most builds are like that you want any color in, or like brick, which is fine. I don't think brick looks too ugly or anything, but enough of it, and it does get a little But another thing is just like interior decoration is a little bit harder. We'll definitely try to figure something out, but no promises on that one. So I'll have to go and think about what we want the bedroom to look like. I think this one I do want to use, let's go make another, no, we do have another shovel. I do want to use like stone, like we'll do like a cobblestone ceiling, I think, and then maybe like just wood on the ground. And then we'll have a lookout window here, do beds somewhere. I'm not really sure where yet. Maybe against the window? I don't really know if that would look good, though. Something I really need to get better at with just Minecraft in general is kind of visualizing, because I don't really know how things look a lot of the time without just placing them down. And to be fair, I think that's a hard skill. I think, if I remember correctly, there's only a certain amount of people in the world who can even do that. Like, if I told you, like, rotate a cow in your mind, could you do that? Because you have to picture a cow, and then you have to picture it in multiple different dimensions. Like, is that even possible for you to do? And if it's not, I actually don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think most people can't do it. I think I can. I'm pretty sure, at least my idea of what it would be. And I've heard people like that can do like art easier than other people. I don't know if that's true or not, because I've always been pretty bad at art. But I don't know, just an interesting, like, thought experiment, I guess. That is the right term for it, which I doubt. So yeah, let's do this, right? Right. And then make the sides just regular planks. And like this. Then we can do like stone on top. That's fine. That will be like that. And then we can do like a glass outlook. Yeah, I think that looked pretty good actually. Worked there. Let's do it like this. We'll carve out this kind of side of the mountain too. Terraforming also is something I'm not really the greatest at in Minecraft because I'm just, and I feel like it should be very easy, but when I terraform, I tend to make everything look very flat, and I don't think that's really what you want. We're gonna do that just so I can finally be at full health after all this time. Yeah, let's put that glass in. Oh, man. Yeah, no, that coffee it's actually like enjoyable to drink for once. I went on a caffeine-free bend for a few years of my life, and it actually went pretty well, because I didn't really feel a need for it. And to be honest, I still don't feel too much of a need for it. I do just like drinking coffee, and it's kind of like the large reason of why I drink it. But I think, you know, when you're in college or in high school or in a job or whatever, you gotta start waking up at 6 a.m. every day. It does get a lot more understandable when you're drinking coffee, and you're not even coffee, but like energy drinks and whatever, and you kind of need that sort of caffeine kick. That's kind of understandable to the point where I'm not gonna fault anyone for doing it. I do think people just kind of treat caffeine like it's like another normal drink, though. And what I mean by that is like the kind of the Monster Energy craze. I don't think is good. I think if you're drinking like a Monster a day or whatever, it's not gonna kill you or anything. And even like 2 isn't gonna kill you, obviously. But I definitely don't think it's good when I'm seeing people like, yeah, I drink like 3 Monsters every night. Like, it helps me focus and it helps me game. And I'm just like, I just don't know if that's healthy. I don't know if that's good for you. Because even aside from the caffeine, all that taurine is not good for your kidneys, right? So, I don't know. But, I mean, people are free to do what they want. I'm not going to force my way of thinking on them, but just me personally, I don't know. And I've had Monsters before, and I think they're fine. I don't really think they taste that good, though, so I don't necessarily get it. I felt that way about Red Bull, too. Because the original Red Bull flavor is just, like, terrible. I hated it. But when I was in high school, I worked at a place that had, like, flavored Red Bull. And my favorite one was always the blueberry. And it never really tasted like blueberry. But it tasted, like, different enough from the original Red Bull. And it tasted like someone thought of blueberries. Like, thought of what a blueberry would taste like. And then made it like 20 times stronger. So it's, I don't know. I liked it. I don't think anyone else did, but when I did work there, that was what I drank because I'd be working those like 8 or 9 hour days. I kind of want to patch that. I don't know. Do I want to make the walls full stone? I think I want to make the floors wood for sure. And we'll just do it like this. That sheep's gonna be very loud. Yeah, a really creepy thing about this version of the game is like all walking sounds are the exact same. So you'll hear like a creeper, or not like a creeper, a sheep outside, and it will sound like there's a person outside, minus the baaing, of course. But like when it's a zombie doing it, or like a pig or a cat, like it's just, ugh, it just freaks me out so bad. This game's very unintentionally scary, I feel like. I don't think it was ever intended to be that way, but it just kind of gives like a very natural off-putting feel to it, which I think is really fun. But yeah, I'm going to finish up this floor, and then I'm going to pause the recording and do a little bit more. I still don't know if we're going to make this a super long one. But I would say we're getting a decent bit done. I really actually kind of do like how that looks on the side there. I think it looks really nice. You. I actually don't know if I needed to place those there, but we're going to do it anyway. And you. Yeah. That doesn't seem right to me, though. Should they be? Yeah, they should be in a line like that. We'll do it like that. So you can jump up, got your little bedroom pattern area. We'll do something with the walls. I quite like that, actually. So yeah, so far we did a little expansion there. Definitely need to make a place for the farm. A little chest area. Yeah, I'll cut away and we'll come back in a bit and I'll figure out what else I want to do for this episode. For this video. Maybe we'll dig out kind of this way. Maybe we could start going down a bit too, if we want to do that. Just kind of like so. That way, I'm just kind of wondering if we'll eventually run out of room if we just kind of keep digging forward. So let's dig down like a little bit and do this. And then we can make a broader room, I guess. We're going to need our torches. I think I put those away. But yeah, we're back. Yeah, I keep saying it like it's a new episode, but it's not for you guys. It's a new video, but you know, it should be the same for you guys still. But yeah, I did not have any more time to record that day. I mean, technically I did. I just kind of didn't. I don't want to say didn't feel like it, but I was more so just like, oh yeah, I want to be able to just sit down and record as much as I want. Even though this probably won't be too long of an episode. Sounds like it's daytime, yes sir. Even though this probably won't be too long of a video anyway. But I was doing some thinking last night because I did play some Deadlock as opposed to making a Minecraft video, which, you know, maybe you can argue not the best use of my time, especially because those games didn't go so great. But I was kind of thinking it'd be fun to record some Deadlock at some point. But the caveat with that, and this is something that I have a gripe with for YouTube in general, is that you kind of, and again, this is within one specific context, and I don't really care about this too much personally, but it is something that I did think about. If you were trying to make a YouTube channel, and if you were trying to grow it like exponentially large, which personally I don't mind either way. We're gonna make out a diamond pickaxe, by the way. I'm just too lazy to keep replacing iron, even though I know that's what I said I'd do. Eventually we'll switch. But we have an abundance of diamonds, and really not a whole lot to spend it on. I don't really believe in armor in this version of the game, or in general. I think armor is just kind of lame. Just looks ugly. But enough of that. As I was saying about Deadlock and kind of just YouTube content creation as a whole, is if I wanted to actually grow this channel, and I'm not saying I don't, right? Because I do. I think it'd be fun to have a lot of people watch, but I don't think that's really the main concern. This is kind of just something I do for fun. If I wanted to do that, I would be stuck making only Minecraft videos forever, pretty much. And what I mean by that is, like, in current like day YouTube, it is very hard to grow a channel just by doing what you want. Like, you cannot just say, today I want to record Minecraft, and tomorrow I want to record Fortnite, and the next day I want to record Counter-Strike. You could maybe do it if you linked them all together and made some kind of theme out of it. But for the most part, you can't really do that. You kind of just have to do one set thing and grow your brand, which can feel kind of like suffocating in a way, right? So I'm at the point where, like, if I were to make a ton of Minecraft videos, right, there would be people that would say, I really like this guy's Minecraft videos, I'm going to watch more of them, right? But then you make a Deadlock video, and maybe the people who like the Minecraft videos don't like the Deadlock videos. It's just not, you know, like they don't watch you for that, they watch you for the Minecraft, which is totally fair. Like there's tons of people on YouTube. Lazy Matman, for example, right? I love Lazy Matman. I've been watching him a lot recently. But I really only watch his Isaac content, and to be fair, that's all he posts. But I think he understands it, where it's like he can't really post like a Deadlock video, and I think he has mentioned that he does play it in the past, because people wouldn't watch that, because a lot of the people who watch him for Isaac, right? And again, I think it's fair, right? Like I don't think it's unjustified to watch a creator and only want one thing for him. Like people who watch Markiplier only want to watch him for horror, and I think that's fine, right? But that's where the problem comes in of if you want to do multiple things on your YouTube channel, you're kind of really limited in how you do that. Because if I were to make, or I mean, I shouldn't be using myself as an example because I'm not really in the shoes of a lot of these other guys. But you know, if you are a middling YouTuber, let's say like a couple thousand subscribers, and you're known for one specific type of content, if you make something else and people don't like it or people don't want to watch it, that's going to kind of tank your overall YouTube algorithm score, because they're seeing that this video is getting pushed out that people don't like, and they're seeing, well, you know, this video didn't do so well, maybe people aren't liking this guy as much anymore. So, and again, I think, well, I don't, not again, but this is mostly kind of conjecture, just kind of things that I've noticed over the years. And I don't necessarily know if it's 100% true or not, just kind of the way I've always thought of things. But I definitely do think there's some truth to it. Whether or not it's completely accurate is up in the air a little bit. But for the most part, that's how I believe it is. So with me, it's kind of like, I could make a Deadlock video, and maybe it would do better than the Minecraft videos. That's another aspect of it, where it's like, because I'm a smaller creator, I could do kind of whatever I want until I see what sticks. That is also like a very true side of the coin. So just kind of like multiple things to consider when doing something like that, though. And you know, I was talking to one of my buddies, and he said like, you shouldn't really care about how many people watch it. And I don't necessarily. I think it's nice when more people do, but I think at the end of the day, just making something for the sake of getting it out there and enjoying the process and having fun with it, it's kind of all that matters. I'm not saying that you should just do something for the sake of doing it, but doing something while enjoying it, I think, is very, very important. And I think it's something that I've kind of lost my way with for a while, and that's hopefully what I can accomplish here, because I'm just doing this YouTube thing because it's something that I can come home and sit down and just say, you know what, I want to record some of the video, I want to talk to a camera, I want to see some more of my Minecraft world. And that's what I'm doing right here, right now, and if anyone wants to come along for that ride, they can be my guest. But yeah, I think I'll ask around. Maybe we'll see if I do a Deadlock video or two. That's another reason that, like, I was watching Alois NL, who is a League of Legends player, and he does YouTube, Twitch streams, whatever. Well, actually, that was the thing. He does the YouTube and the Twitch. Or no, it wasn't Alois. It was Norm Watley who was saying it. And he streams on Twitch, but he won't stream on YouTube. And the reason for that is because he streamed on YouTube once, and it did poorly, and it just tanked the views of his videos for like months afterwards, because no one clicked on the live stream. And like, that's just kind of the weird way the YouTube algorithm works, where it's like, it's very like slopey. I don't know if I'm really like getting the point across what I'm trying to say, but like snowbally. It's very snowbally, where if the algorithm sees that people are liking you and they're continuously doing so, it's going to reward you if you keep pumping out the same kind of content, right? But when you kind of shy away from that even a little bit by making a live stream that maybe people don't click on,
or making a video that's not in the genre that you normally do, it can vastly change how the algorithm presents you, which I think like it's very interesting. It's in a way it's a science, and I know there's like actual jobs kind of meant to explore that, but I don't know. It's very interesting for me to think about just from a technical standpoint of how the search engine works and the algorithmic processes behind it. But I guess the TLDR is for this channel, I'm kind of just going to do what I want. And if that's a problem, well, you guys can go watch someone else. But if you're here, you're probably here for Minecraft, or maybe you're here for me, which that'd be cool. But I mean, I don't really think anything I say is too interesting. I think a lot of the things I say are kind of just filling the air for the most part, which you can take that in any way you want. But I do enjoy what I do as far as this channel goes. I think it's quite enjoyable for me, just because I don't really have to stress myself out doing anything. I just get to sit back, relax, stutter occasionally, and play some Minecraft, which is always nice. And I was kind of thinking like maybe I shouldn't ramble on as much as I do in these videos, because that is definitely like a big thing where I'll just go on random rants, like my Pokemon rants or my horror rants. But I think ultimately that is just a part of who I am and what I want to do. And I really don't know what I'd replace it with, because I could talk about Minecraft the whole time, don't get me wrong. I could be like, okay, so yeah, we're gonna break this down. You know, I'm planning on placing some dirt here, just kind of around, and then we'll do water every now and then, maybe in like just a nice little pattern. But it is tricky because, you know, when you walk on dirt, it does break the crops in this version of the game, so we have to think around that. And I could do that, and I actually don't even think that would be too bad. I think a little bit of that every now and then isn't bad either. But for the most part, I mean, Minecraft's a very straightforward and simple game, especially in this earlier version where it's not like gonna be too crazy anything we're doing. So I think we'll just keep things the way they are. So I want to I'm kind of envisioning this in my head and trying to see how I want to do things. Because you do break crops when you stand on them, I'm almost wondering if we should make like a wood log path throughout. That way you can like break crops, whatever. But we do need like place for the water as well. And we'd need, I don't know where that would go, where the best place for that would be. But like we could do something like this and then place a water bucket down. And I really hope I'm right about how water works in this version of the game, because I actually don't remember if it is the same like 8x8 it is in the modern version of the game. I'm not like 100% sure on that. So we'll just kind of have to, yeah, see, yeah, broke again. It's going to be hard for me to get used to. Some things, like, I'm fairly confident with my recognition. And this, as far as, like, this version of the game goes, let's see if we can't do it like this, just so we can get, like, the infinite pool going. Yeah, that would be nice. Okay, I kind of like it when it's like this, because we can do like droves. Droves, is that even the right word? We could do it like this. Oh, that does fill up, huh? And maybe like a stone block in the middle with a torch on it. That way. And then we can do dirt along the edges here, I think. I don't know, we'll have to experiment with this and just see how it goes. I'm not 100% certain on like what a good farm would even look like in this version of the game, because I didn't really do one last time I played outside of like very basic decoration. So But I generally don't think this looks terrible if we replace the stone with like grass, or not grass, but dirt, obviously. I think that would look fine. And then, yeah, let's remove these corners and kind of keep the theme we have going here. But yeah, this is what I mean. Like, I'm talking about Minecraft here, but this is more so me talking through my thought process. But I just think like a constant flow of that would be bad. Or at least like uninteresting to me. I would get bored out of my mind doing that. And if I get bored out of my mind, I probably wouldn't continue doing this. But for now, do it like this, like this. We do need to replace these walls for sure, but we can do that in a bit. So let's do this. This isn't going to be a very efficient farm. This might be a lot more form over function here. I think it's going to be quite, inefficient, to say the least. That's fine. No big deal. Also, man, I can't remember if there's fishing in this game. I actually don't think there is. I think they brought fishing rods into the game at this point, but they didn't actually bring fish into the game, if I'm not mistaken. So you can have the fishing rod, but you can't fish, which is pretty funny to me. But this is 1.7.3 beta. It's not like I think there is beta 1.8. Man, is the Nether even in this version of the game, or is that 1.8 the betas? I gotta look that up actually. When is the Nether added to Minecraft? Is it the beta? Okay, not Nether updates. Not Minecraft. Let's see here. Beta 1.6 beds in the Nether. Looks like beta 1.2. Yes, beta 1.2 was the first time it was added, if I'm not mistaken. In the Halloween update of the game, added it along with some other things. But yeah, okay. When I went to go search that up, like the Google AI overview showed up, and it just makes me so mad every time, because like sometimes it's correct. I won't deny that. Sometimes it does give the correct information, but sometimes it's just like blatantly wrong to the point where it's like, how many people are using this thinking it's correct, and just like getting completely misinformed on whatever they're trying to find out. Like, I feel like it's a lot more often than it should be. We're gonna need to replace these just so we can actually access the main area, because we are gonna need to walk along this somehow. Yeah, because this way, like, we could get to this without, because we could technically just like swim along, break, jump, swim along, break, etc., right? So we can keep it like this. Is that not 100% flush? It's always weird in this version of the game. You can never really tell if water textures are fully filled the way they should be, or at least I can't as well. So, something I have to check quite frequently. Man, maybe I shouldn't have placed all this dirt now, because it's gonna be kind of a pain to change out the walls or whatever when I need to do that. But we can burn that bridge when we come to it, at least. But yeah, okay, we got a little bit of a farm area. I mean, if we like actually replace the walls and clean things up, I don't think it'd look too bad. But I'm pretty happy with the progress we've made. I think this is another about 20-minute chunk or segment, so we're gonna do a bit of a shorter one on this, but I think that's fine, especially because the other one was so long. Eventually we'll don't break. Okay, we're good. Yeah, eventually we'll just replace this and move it down, but I want to make sure those crops that are halfway grown finish out, at least. Yeah, I think I will end this one off here. Maybe I'll do a little bit more recording, but I just wanted to get a little bit of base expansion done for the most part. And maybe we'll continue on with this, because I feel like there's still a lot more that can be done. I just have to think of it. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I know this one was a bit of a weird one with the two parts. that weren't really totally planned for. Creeper. Aw, man. But, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.